Namaste students. The first lab activity in first lesson is make the sprite say Jai Hind 10 times. So we need to make the sprite to say the Jai Hind for 10 times. Let's see how to do it. Go to the looks block. In looks block we have say hello for 2 seconds. Delete the hello word and type Jai Hind. We are going to make the sprite to say Jai Hind. So it has to say this for 10 times. So go to the control block, drag and drop, repeat 10 times. So that the sprite will say Jai Hind for 10 times. And this action to be placed when the sprite clicked. So drag and drop when the sprite clicked. So as I click on the sprite will say Jai Hind for 10 times. Now the second lab activity. Make the sprite move around the stage till the stop script. So drag and drop when the sprite clicked from the events block. Then drag and drop move 10 steps. Change the value of 10 steps as 50 steps. And then drag and drop glide from the motion block. Drag and drop the glide to the script area and change the value of x and y axis. I'm changing the value of x as 10 and y as 120. Again, drag and drop glide and change the x value as 145 and y value as 0. Then again drag and drop the glide and change the x value as 17 and y value as minus 119. Once again drag and drop the glide and change the value of x as minus 119 and y as 0. And then stop the script. Go to the control blocks, drag and drop stop script and change as stop the script. Now click on the sprite. You can see the result. The balloon flies around the stage. Write script to accept two numbers and display the biggest. We need to find out the biggest of two numbers. So we need to create a variable a and b. Go to the variables block and click on make a variable and type a variable and click on OK button. Again go to make a variable and type character b and click on OK. And then again click on the make a variable, type max and click on OK button so that we get three variables a, b and max. These are the variables which holds the value. Now go to the events block, drag and drop when green flag clicked. And then go to the sensing block, drag and drop ask so that the sprite will ask for the value of a. So enter the value of a. Then go to the variables block, drag and drop set a to 0. So instead of 0, go to the sensing block, drag and drop answer. And then ask enter the value of b. We can type the value of b here. Then again go to the variables block, drag and drop set a to 0. Now change the variable as b so that in initial stage the value of a and b will be in 0. So as the sprite asks for the value, we can enter the value. Then go to the sensing block, drag and drop answer to the b value. Now go to the control blocks, drag and drop if else block. So inside the if else block we are going to compare a and b values. So drag and drop the operators block. In operators block we have a greater than b. So go to the variables block, drag and drop a variable and b variable to the operators block. Now drag and drop set max to a. If the value of a is greater, then it will return the answer of a. So that go to the sensing block, drag and drop the ask block. Then go to the variables block, Then go to the operators block, drag and drop, join. Here we are going to join the two words. So that in the first word I am changing the maximum value is, and in the second I am going to change as the variable a, so that it returns the value of a. Then in the else block, go to the variables block, drag and drop, set max to b, so that if the b value is greater than a, it will return the value of b. So go to the sensing block, drag and drop, the maximum value is b. So we need to join these two sentences. So go to the operators block, drag and drop, join, and inside the join change the value the maximum value is, and in the second sentence change it as b variable. So go to the variables, drag and drop the b. The coding has been completed. Now click on the green flag. It asks for the value. Enter the value of a. So I enter the value as 45, and it asks for enter the value of b, as I return 23.8, and then it returns the maximum value is 45. And again, if you want to change the value as a as 56.7 and enter the value of b as 56.4, now the maximum value is 56.7. So by using the codings like this, we can find the two largest numbers. Let's start the next lab activity. Write script to accept a word and display the third letter and its length. Drag and drop, then green flag clicked, and then go to the variables block. Here we need to create the variables word, letter and length. So go to make a variable, type the word, click on OK button. Then again click on make a variable and type letter, click on OK button. Then go to make a variable, type length, click on OK button. So here we have created three variables, word, letter and length, to find the answer. Now drag and drop, set word to 0. So in the place of 0, delete the 0. Go to the operators block, drag and drop, join, so that we can join two words. Drag and drop, join, and change the sentences as hello world. So in the first character, I'm just typing as hello, and in the second one, I'm typing it as a world. Now again, drag and drop, set letter to 0. So delete the 0 and go to the operators block, drag and drop the letter. So here we are going to find the letter 5 in the word hello world. Or else we can just type as hello. Then again drag and drop, set length to 0. Now change the 0. Go to the operators block, drag and drop length of. Now change the apple as hello world or hello. As you want, you can type the characters. Here I am going to type world. So I am going to find the length of world. Now click on the green flag to check the results. So as I click on the green flag, I get the result as word hello world, and the letter 5 is 0, and the length of the world is 5. Now change the letter 3 of hello, so that I get the answer as L, and change the length of hello world, so that I get the answer as 10. So like this we can find the word, letter and its length of the characters. Now let's find out the quotient and remainder. Write script to accept two numbers and display its quotient and remainder. Let's create two variables. Go to variables block, make a variable num1, click on OK button. Again click on make a variable, type num2 and click on OK button, so that we create two variables num1 and num2. Now go to the events block, drag and drop when green flag clicked. Go to the variables block, drag and drop, set num1 to 0 so that the initial value of the num1 will be 0. And then again drag and drop, set num2 to 0 and change it as num2 so that the initial value of number 1 and number 2 will be 0. When the sprite asks us to type the value of num1 and num2, we can enter the value. So that go to the sensing block, drag and drop, ask block. In ask block, we can change it as enter the num1. Then go to the variables block, drag and drop, set num1 to answer. We need to get the answer, so go to the sensing block, drag and drop answer to 0. Drag and drop the ask to the script area, enter the num2. Now go to the variables block, drag and drop, set num2 to answer so that the number 2 will return the answer. So that go to the sensing block, drag and drop answer. Go to the looks block, drag and drop say block so that the sprite will say the quotient of the numbers. So that drag and drop say block from the looks block and then go to the operators block, drag and drop, join inside the say block so that we can get the two words in join block. So change the first word as quotient and in the second word go to the operator block and drag and drop the division so that we can divide the number 1 and number 2 to get the quotient. Again drag and drop the say block from the looks block. Again go to the operators block, drag and drop join block. Now change the first letter as remainder. So I'm changing the first word as remainder, and if we want to find out the remainder, we need to use the mod operator. So that we need to go to the variables block, drag and drop num1 to the mod operator and num2 so that we can get the remainder of num1 and num2. Now click on the green flag to check the results. So the sprite will ask to enter the number 1. And as I type the number 1 as 50 and the sprite asks to enter the value of num2 and I enter the value as 5 so that I get quotient as 10 and the remainder as 0. Now change the value and see. For num1 I enter the value as 45 and enter the num2 value as 2 so that I get the quotient as 22.5 and the remainder is 1. So like this we can find out the quotient and remainder of the two numbers. Let's find out the square root of two numbers. Write script to accept a number and display its square root. So we need to create a variable. Go to make a variable and type num1 and click on OK so that we get the variable num1 to get the value. Now drag and drop when green flag clicked. Then go to the variables block, drag and drop set my variable to 0. In my variable you can change it as num1 to 0. Then the sprite will ask us to enter the value, so we need to get the value. So go to the sensing block, drag and drop ask block, enter a value. And then we need to type the value. So go to the variables block, set num1 to answer. Change the variable as num1 and go to the sensing block, drag and drop the answer. Then go to the looks block, drag and drop say block. And then go to the operators block, drag and drop join block to join the two sentences. So in the first sentence I am going to type as square root of num1. And in the second space, I am going to drag and drop the square root. Delete the word banana, drag and drop square root from the operators block. select the square root of the variable num1. So we need to select the variable num1. Go to the variables block, drag and drop num1. Now let's check the result. As I click on the green flag, the sprite will ask us to enter a value. So I enter a value as 25. So as I enter the value, the sprite will give the right answer. Square root of num1 is 5. And then you can change the different value. So as you click on the green flag again, the sprite will ask us the value. So we can enter the different value. So as I type 225, the square root of 225 is 15, and then change the value as 64. The square root of 64 is 8. Like this, if you want to find out the square root of a number, you can find out the square root of each number by using the square root. Thank you, students. Hope you all enjoy this lab activity. See you all in the next class, children. Thank you.